I'm back. This is my second time recording this because I feel I just word vomited the first time. But I'm back. I'm back on YouTube. So, hi. Been a while. Sorry. Life, work. I'm not going to complain because I feel everything, the longer it's taken, the more comfortable I feel. I now feel to get to this point. And I'm very happy with where I am. So let's tell you about where I am. Let's just start with something fun. You may see things look a bit different. Well, maybe you don't, but anyone watching this on a 4K telly or whatever, this is in 4K. So that's fun. But that's not the only thing that's going to be visually a bit different. In fact, this is the last time you're going to see things looking like this. I'm just going to press a single button. You will most likely be seeing me contained within these wobbly lines. I think this looks really nice. This is how my presentations look. If anybody has ever attended a talk of mine or training of mine in the last year, which I realise might be quite a slim portion of people watching this, but this is kind of my visual style. It's taken a while to find one that works in the real world, presentation-wise, but also that I felt comfortable that will work digitally as well. And I'm really happy with this. I like all the moving background. It's quite visually stimulating. I can switch up my angles really nicely. Well, not angles, but I can change my framing so that we can have content on screen. I can even appear in a little bubble down here. I quite like this one. But yeah, for the most part, you're going to see me contained in a box. Why? Because, well, I'm going to save the why. Let's have a bit of a catch-up first. So it's fair to say I have been working quite hard. I've recently come off the back of the autism shows, to which, for if you don't know, I organise the Hub for Autistic Speakers, which involves over 40 speakers. It's a lot, and I'm still wrapping it up for this year, actually. But yeah, it's a very rewarding thing to do. I've recently come off the back of that. I've done some really interesting professional things, actually. I've literally been to award ceremonies. That was fun. Have a look on Instagram if you're interested. Done some work in Westminster. That was a new one. I'm actually going to save most of the professional talk though, because I feel that's going to come up in the content I'm producing. Let's talk about life things. I've put a lot of effort into my career, there's no denying that, and often at my own detriment. I haven't really been the best at me time and having things for me to do. One of my escapes has always been Lego. Minecraft's been another good one, but yeah, I did something for me earlier this year. I spent 6 months designing and building this. This is, I call it Great Bolts of Thunder. That's the name of the song from the musical, the Hercules musical, that song features during the Titan battle. So this is when the Titans attack Olympus. So there you go, Mount Olympus with Olympus all sitting on top. I'm so proud of it. I'm so happy with how it turned out, and it's in my Lego. I have a Lego room. It's in my Lego room, and every time I walk upstairs and into that room, I stand there in awe. I'm even getting a little bit choked up now. I can't believe I created that, and I don't think the picture really does it justice for scale, but it's big. It's over 4,000 pieces. So yeah, I'm really proud of that. That's something fun that I did. But enough of that stuff. Let's get talking to what's happening here on YouTube. With that live productions. I don't know if you're aware of this. This is zero editing going on. This is me producing it all within Keynote, the Apple presentation software. That's to keep editing minimal. I'm so much more self-aware these days. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm not so good at. Any very time-consuming task, I realise now, is becoming quite impractical, and editing's one of them. Editing always used to take a long time, and I never used to do the most crazy edits, did I? And let's face it, towards the end of my consistent content, I just used to do one-take things. I'm rather comfortable in the one-take thing because I'm so used to doing things live. In fact, I'm even doing this one take, aren't I? But yeah, I needed to develop a format that if I was going to come back to YouTube, it would work for me. So let's talk about what I'm going to do with that format. I want to make sure that the latest information about being autistic is out there in the world and is out there online. I'm very fortunate. I get to work across multiple sectors, which means I can constantly review what best practices is circulating across different fields and cross contaminate. Yeah, kind of. And that's one of the best things I like to do as a consultant. I pride myself upon the fact I don't ever stagnantly sit in one industry. I like to make sure I'm constantly working across different sectors. And with that means that I can, as an independent consultant, I can be far more progressive with my thinking and with my analysis. Larger organisations can't necessarily, because we have to wait for things to catch up. Anyway, I'm jumping around the point. I want to put the training course I've developed over the last 2.5 years online for free, and I want to do that in a way that works online. So I'm going to create videos that are going to be roughly between 3, 5, 6 minutes, that kind of thing. So the information is easy enough to digest. And I'm going to make lots of them. So bear in mind the training course I've developed realistically is about 6 hours. So this is the director's cut. This is like me going, I've got no constraints. So I'm going to put everything into it that I can and put it online for you to enjoy. This won't necessarily happen in order. So like you watching this as a viewer, you won't receive the videos in order. You will receive like a shortcutted version at first because I want to give you an idea as to what my new content is fast. And then I'll go back and revisit. It's kind of like Star Wars, as in they jump along timeline. It'll only be like that for the first module as such, the 6 modules. And yeah, I'm rather excited to get this out. So let's talk about practicalities. So the plan: new videos every single Friday. I don't think I've ever committed to anything. I know I must have had a schedule like early on YouTube, but yeah, there's not been a schedule for a while. So every Friday, new video right here. I will be 100% transparent about this. I want to be able to justify spending time on YouTube. I just want to do it, so like I don't really care financially anyway. But I wanted to be able to introduce a membership option right from the beginning. This would be kind of like a professional tier as such, because I do want information to be out there for free for everyone to consume. That's the philosophy of everything I do. Like most things I work on are accessible to the autistic person at point of purchase or not purchase. But yeah, so this is something that I want to say is on the horizon, because it is. I want to be able to have a more curated experience for those that want it. So yeah, that will come, and I will share the details on that as we get closer to it. Why that's not about, I need to say that actually. Turns out if you don't upload in 3 years, you lose monetization. It's as simple as that. If you want to watch some old videos on loop a few times, I'm not going to argue. But yeah, I'm pretty much starting from scratch, which is fun, actually. The third point on that, I realised, bear in mind, I put all the effort into creating this series of videos coming. I didn't put the effort into creating this video, and which means I just scribbled this slide like 10 minutes before I started filming. A promise to keep relevant, not social media relevant, content relevant. We are in a field where information changes and progresses so quickly, and it can so easily be taken out of context online when someone goes, but you said this in a video 7 years ago. Well, I don't want that to be the case. As soon as something's irrelevant, gone. Newer version put up there. And that's how it will work. Accessible. It's ironic that I have not subtitled this video yet, but all content will, adhere to all the accessibility stuff that you can do on YouTube, of the training content and as much else as I can do. But yeah, I want to make sure that not only is it accessible on that sense, but it's accessible in being in bite-sized chunks that people can dip in, get what they want, and then leave. Not leave. Hopefully stay around. Subscribe. More private, I want to cover that point. There's a massive difference between 18/19-year-old Connor and 25-year-old Connor, and I used to share a lot in very big detail. I don't want to do that anymore. So I think it's good to be transparent about that. There's a lot of stuff that, I have experiences that are great to reflect upon, and that works in, reflecting. That's where it works, is when I'm able to talk about it in the past. So there still will be that. My personal experience is baked into the way I educate people. And yeah, that's something that I'm really quite excited about, because I think I'd become really intimidated by the fact I used to put really, yeah. It probably wasn't even that bad, but for me, I know my line now. But yeah, the most important thing is a promise that it's all going to be stuff I enjoy. And that's something that I couldn't say 3 years ago when I was regularly uploading. So I'm happy about it. I'm really happy to come back. I'm really assured in the content that I'm going to be delivering, mostly because it's all the stuff I deliver all the time. Like, literally, there's videos that I will have actually spoken out loud in front of an audience upwards of 100 times. And that's really exciting, because it means that it should come across so naturally. Not like this video where I'm completely making it up on the spot. But yeah, I can do flashy things now as well, like this, if I want to. I don't know when that's going to come up, but it's there, and it's cool. Here we go. I'm in the rambly stage now. That's why I need structured content. That's why I need to know exactly where the start and end of the stuff I'm saying is, and not do these rambly. But I'm proving my point. I've got an end screen because this feels familiar with something that I had like years ago, but worked in this new format. So yeah, thank you very much for anyone who's still here. Anyone who's new, I doubt this video will pull people in. But I'm excited, and I hope any of you that are left are excited too. And yeah, feel free to. Well, I've put any questions on there just because I've nicked this from the my training slides. I'm actually not going to answer any questions about the content to come. I will still reply to comments, but yeah, I want you to see it as I've curated it for it to unfold. So enjoy, and I hope you do. And yeah, thank you. And I've always been really useless at ending things, so bye.